past Saturday, I walked back into the prison in the housing unit where I first started doing my time at. The violent, the chaos, all that. And I've been on this tour before, but this time memories started coming back, so that's what I'm going to talk about today. And one of my friends took some video, and I'm going to show that towards the end. But I first want to start out by thanking Jenny, Reese, Lily, Kathy, all the MSP museum staff there. You know, they've been real good to me. They're good people. If you guys go over there, you'll see what I mean. Anyway, I'd only intended doing one tour on Saturday. Some friends wanted me to go up there with them. So we went up there. And you start out where the control center used to be. And so they talk, it's a history tour. And then we moved on to Four House. And I learned something every time I go there, really. And this time in Four House, I was never in Four House. I'd sneak over there and play pool once in a while. But they had this painting of Sonny Liston, the boxer, that did time there. And I always thought, you know, that it was on paper or whatever, cardboard or whatever. No. It was painted by, they took this photo of him to the Jefferson City Correctional Center, and the prisoners there painted this picture on metal. So, you know, the reason it was on metal is because the cardboard one they had was starting to cut out, they had of him, was starting to deteriorate. This is very lifelike. Anyway, from there, and then there was a couple people asking me questions that overheard me talking to my friends and my wife about the place. So they was asking me questions. So we went to Three House. Still no problems. Still all right. You know, there was some memories, but I really wasn't messed up over it. And somebody's asking me. They have these phone booths with phones in them. They said, "Do you guys really make phone calls from there?" And I said, "Yeah." And they said, "You have to put in money?" No, we didn't have to put in money. Looks just like a payphone that you back in the day, get in a phone booth, but you didn't put in money. So some people was wanting to see my first cell, and I said, "It's on the other side. We don't go over there." They don't hardly go over there very much. So anyway, after that was over with, I'm kind of speeding through this a little bit. My friends was going to go on the ghost tour at night. It's from 7 to 9, and we really hadn't planned on it. But they said, yeah. Jenny and Reese and all of them, they said, yeah. And then Reese asked me if it was all right if I spoke a little bit and maybe answer some questions. I said, sure, that's fine. So, again, at the very beginning, we're in the control center and asked questions. And, I mean, she told about what's going on and everything. Then she told me to speak for 4 or 5 minutes, and I did. I told them a little story about a guy coming in there all bloody and everything when I was waiting on a visit. Told him how I hated the place, how bloody it was, how violent it was. And so then we go to Four House again, take us down into the dungeons, and put us in the cells down there, turn out the lights. Still ain't bothered. Go into Three House, and I don't know what it was. We wasn't even up above where I was at, but I did spend a little bit of time, 5 days down there in the dungeon when they ran our room in 5 House. You know, that was supposed to went to the hole, but they took me down there for 5 days. But it just being in there, I guess because it's at nighttime, it wasn't noisy, it wasn't loud or anything. It was just like, that's the way it was at night when I started settling down at night when the prison was operational, you know. Once in a while there'd be noise, but you know, late at night it starts getting quieter. But all these memories and stuff started coming back. But Reese was funny. She's a funny tour guide. But I had people coming up asking me questions about this and that. There was one person that came up and asked me something. Actually was asking me from a distance. I was up on one of the walks and in Forehouse, and they was down below and they was asking me something. So I went down there and I could not make out what they were saying, really. I don't know if it was me or them, but either way, I apologize for that. But I want to get that was a strange time, the nighttime one, you know. But I do want to go back, and I hope they'll have me back and do more of those. Like I said, I learn something every time I go there, and this place needs to be preserved, man. It's history. If you like history, like you want to go through a prison, that's the place to go through. You can go through a ghost tour. You can go do a paranormal hunts, 8 hours, 5 hours, 3 hours, whatever. And if you're into that, do it. You know, I mean, you can't ask for a better staff there. And so here's some of the video, and I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you.
Nothing. Not even a little, except for you kicking my foot. I hope so. Now there is.